Welcome to the Life Poetic with Thomas Keily, your weekly knowledge drop of word-crafted invocation. This week we're looking at The House of Realisation by Yunus Emre. We entered the House of Realisation. We witnessed the body. The whirling skies, the many-layered earth, the 70,000 veils we found in the body. The night and the day, the planets, the words inscribed on the holy tablets, the mountain that Moses climbed, the temple, and Israfil's trumpet, we observed in the body. Torah, Palms, Gospel, Quran, everything these books have to say, we found in the body. Everyone says that these words of Yunus are true. Truth is wherever you want it, and we found it all within the body. Yunus Emre was a Turkish Sufi and mystic living around 1300 AD. He was said to be alive at the time of Rumi, and whereas Rumi wrote in the classical Persian of the time, Yunus Emre wrote in a folk Turkish. And it is said that Rumi met Yunus Emre one time, and Rumi asked Emre what he thought of his Mathnawi, which is this 1,000-page epic spiritual text, and Emre said that he liked it very much, but he would have done it differently. And Rumi says, well, how would you have done it? And Emre says, I would have written, I came into the world dressed in a cloak of blood and flesh and called myself Yunus. And that was it. Like a lot of great Sufi and mystic writers, Yunus Emre's work is seen as heretical in a lot of circles. And this piece in particular we found in the body, he's saying that everything within the macrocosm of the universe can be found within the personal experience, can be located within the body. In this way it's quite similar to Walt Whitman's Song of Myself, where everything that is the universe is myself. This in itself is quite a heretical idea, and this piece in particular takes it even further by saying that everything that the prophets called down, everything that is found in the Torah, Palms, Gospel, Quran, even this immensely sacred body of wisdom can be found within the body. And this is seen as an heretical idea. There's a legend around Yunus Emre that his works were collected into a compendium, and at one point a traditionalist called Mullah Qasim was sitting on a riverbank going through Yunus Emre's poetry and taking everything that he found to be heretical and throwing it into the river. And at some point he gets to a piece that ends with the couplet, be careful and speak the truth now, Yunus, because one day the Mullah Qasim will come to cross-examine you. And at that point, Mullah Qasim realizes that this work is a sacred and divinely inspired work, and he preserves what's left. And everything that we have now is this 1/3 of the preserved manuscript. This idea that the macrocosm is the microcosm is something that comes up a lot in mystical writing. It's there in Walt Whitman, it's there in Rumi, and any number of mystical writers. And I don't really pretend to understand to know what it means. However, I do find it a very interesting idea to throw around my mind. And one of the things I find interesting about it is I wonder if it helps us reconcile a lot of the New Age affirmation culture with the sort of deeper mystical tradition. So in this like affirmation culture, this idea that, you know, whatever you keep in your mind, the attitudes and self-beliefs that you embody, then that is reflected in your experience of the world. And I do believe that to be true, and a practice of gratitude and looking for things to be grateful for, the world seems to fill with beauty and things to be grateful for. However, I do find it interesting that none of the spiritual traditions, whether it's Zen or Sufism or mystical Christianity, take it to this idea that, well, therefore you should be trying to meditate on having an amazing new bike or a new car or a wonderful house and looking for that to be manifest in your in the material world. I wonder if the reason that is both might be true, that there is this interplay between the microcosm and the macrocosm, interplay between what we believe and what is reflected in our experience. But maybe the point isn't to try and manipulate the microcosm to make the macrocosm appear in a particular way. Maybe it is more interesting or more beautiful to bring the microcosm back to nothingness, and so that what's within the microcosm is exactly what's in the macrocosm, and what's within the individual is what is within God. And in this way, polishing the mirror clean, so to speak, we are able to fully experience divinity because we're not trying to map it into anything, we're not trying to shape it into anything. I don't know, just an idea. We entered the house of realization. We witnessed the body. The whirling skies, the many-layered earth, the 70,000 veils we found in the body. The night and the day, the planets, the words inscribed on the holy tablets, the mountain that Moses climbed, the temple and Israfil's trumpet, we observed in the body. Torah, palms, Gospel, Quran, what these books have to say, we found in the body. Everyone says that these words of Yunus are true. Truth is wherever you want it. And we found it all within the body. This has been the Life Poetic with Thomas Keily. See you next week.